The sun beats down on the jagged peaks of Horeb. Here, in the silence of the wilderness, a bush burns but is not consumed. Moses, a shepherd with a heavy tongue, stands before the Creator. The command is absolute. Go, tell Pharaoh to let my people go. But Moses is afraid. Who am I? He asks. God provides the answer in the form of Aaron, his brother, the orator, the aide. Together, they descend into the heart of the world's greatest empire. They stand in the court of Pharaoh. The air is thick with incense and the arrogance of a man who believes himself a god. Aaron speaks the word, then acts. He flings his wooden staff onto the polished floor. The wood ripples and scales. A serpent rises, hood flared. Pharaoh sneers. He summons his sorcerers. They mimic the art, their staves becoming snakes that writhe across the floor. But then, a moment of divine dominance. Aaron's serpent strikes. It devours the magician's snakes one by one, until only the staff of God remains. Pharaoh's face hardens. He turns his back. The battle for Egypt has begun. Morning at the Nile. The river is the heartbeat of Egypt, their god, their water, their life. Moses confronts Pharaoh at the water's edge. Aaron raises the staff and strikes the surface. The transformation is instantaneous. The blue ripples turn a deep, metallic crimson. The blood spreads through the canals, into the ponds, and even into the stone jars in the furthest kitchens. The fish die and float to the surface. The stench becomes unbearable. The smell of a dying god. The Egyptians dig desperately in the sand for a single drop of clean water. For 7 days, the land of the Nile is a land of iron and salt. Yet, Pharaoh's heart remains as dry as the desert. 7 days pass. Then, the warning is ignored again. Aaron stretches his hand over the river. From the blood-soaked mud, they emerge. Millions of frogs. They are in the ovens. They are in the beds of the royalty. They are underfoot with every step. Pharaoh breaks, briefly. Pray to your God, he begs. Moses prays, and the frogs die where they stand. But as the Egyptians pile the carcasses into rotting heaps that make the land reek, Pharaoh's resolve returns. Then comes the dust. Without warning, Aaron strikes the ground. Every grain of sand, every speck of dust across the vast horizon begins to crawl. The gnats cover the skin of man and animal alike. The magicians try their secret arts, but they fail. This, they whisper in terror to their king, is the finger of God. But Pharaoh will not hear them. Moses meets Pharaoh early in the morning. Let my people go, or I will send swarms. Suddenly, the air grows dark with wings. Dense clouds of flies pour into the palace. They ruin the crops. They infest the homes. But a miracle within a miracle occurs. In the land of Goshen, where the Israelites live, the air is clear. Not a single fly crosses the border. The judgment moves to the fields. A terrible hand falls upon the Egyptian wealth. The horses, the donkeys, the camels and the cattle, the pride of the Egyptian economy, fall dead in the sun. Pharaoh sends messengers to Goshen. They return with a staggering report. Not one animal belonging to the Israelites has died. Still, the king's heart is a fortress of pride. Moses and Aaron stand before the furnace. They take handfuls of soot, the black residue of slavery, and fling it into the sky. As the ash drifts down like gray snow, it burns. Festering boils break out on every Egyptian. The magicians are so overwhelmed by the sores, they cannot even stand in Pharaoh's presence. Then, the sky itself turns hostile. Moses lifts his staff. The Lord sends a storm such as Egypt has never seen. Fire runs along the ground as hail shatters the trees and kills any living thing left in the open. Only in Goshen is there peace. Pharaoh confesses his sin in the heat of the storm. But the moment the clouds part and the sun returns, he recants. He is a prisoner of his own ego. The east wind begins to howl. It blows all day and all night. By morning, the sky is gone. A living carpet of locusts descends. They eat what the hail spared. Every leaf, every fruit, every blade of grass is gone until the land is as black as coal. Then, the ultimate silence. Moses stretches his hand toward the sky, and the sun is extinguished. For 3 days, a darkness so thick it can be felt wraps around Egypt. No one moves, no one speaks. It is the darkness of the grave. But for the Israelites, there is light. Their homes are beacons of hope in a world of shadows. The final night arrives. The Israelites move with a holy urgency. They paint the doorframes with the blood of the Lamb, a sign for the angel of death to pass over. They eat their final meal in Egypt, bitter herbs and unleavened bread, with their belts fastened and staves in hand. At midnight, the air changes. The Lord passes through, from the royal palace to the lowliest hut. The firstborn of Egypt falls. A great cry goes up, a wail that echoes from the Nile to the Red Sea. Pharaoh summons Moses in the dark. "Go," he whispers. "Take your people. Take your flocks. Go." The chains are broken. The long night of slavery is over. The Exodus has begun.